Sword of Convallaria is almost here, and there's some fun new information to share about its upcoming release, courtesy of the devs. My name is Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and welcome back to the channel. Hello everyone, if you enjoy what I do, my coverage of the turn-based strategy RPG genre, gaming in general, my guides, news, let's plays, all that type of good stuff, a like on this video and a subscription to the channel would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much. So what is Sword of Convallaria and when is it coming out? Well, if you did not know, Sword of Convallaria is a sort of gacha, sort of not turn-based strategy RPG in the vein of Tactics Ogre, Final Fantasy Tactics, that I covered a couple months back when it was at Steam Next Fest. I really enjoyed it. Fellow creator Coffee Potato really enjoyed it. And while there were a good number of people who were turned off by the fact that it does have gacha elements, well, first of all, you probably don't want to go back in the channel's history and look at the dozens upon dozens of Genshin Impact streams that I did back in the day. But what I like about Sword of Convallaria and why I recommend it to people, even if you aren't a fan of gacha, is the fact that it is actually only half gacha. What does that mean? You have your online, gachified, daily login stuff that you might expect that you can do, but there's also an entirely offline, entirely gacha-free single-player campaign in the vein of things like your Final Fantasy Tactics and your Tactics Ogres. And that campaign, from what we played of the Steam Next Fest demo, was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, as did Coffee Potato. And it's nice because you can see the inspiration from the greats of the genre. They even have the composer of Final Fantasy Tactics doing the music for this game. So it has a lot of leg on it, I think. It really has potential here, and I'm very excited for its release. When is that release? We don't know exactly yet, but the devs via their Discord announced not only that the game was going to be coming out in summer, but put out a devlog with a bunch of changes that are coming to the game when it does drop, as well as a teaser trailer, an animated teaser trailer that was quite nice that you can check out. I'll have that linked in the description down below. So, what is some of the stuff that we have learned? Again, the game is coming out in summer of 2024. They said that the actual proper release date announcement will be coming soon once they get everything finalized, but it is coming very soon, so within probably, the next 3-4 months. And there's going to be a large release on Android, iOS, PC, Steam, all that type of fun stuff, so you can play it wherever you're going to be playing it, which is nice. I, of course, am going to be playing it on Steam. That is where I played the Steam Next Fest demo, obviously. But if you wanted to play it on mobile or something like that, of course, feel free. As far as the changes that have been announced, the things that are going to be coming to the game, the list is as follows. They've added more events to the game, such as a guild system and friendly PvP, which sounds fun. From what I understand, the online gacha elements, when you weren't doing PvE, were a lot of really hardcore ranked PvP stuff that, from what people said, was very pay to win, so a friendly PvP system could be a very nice addition for just some fun, engaging gameplay. They've made a lot of changes due to player feedback, brought in a lot of improvements from the early game experience that people have suggested, which is nice. It could be a little slow at times, so it's nice to know that they've made some tweaks there. They're planning to come to other platforms beyond the initially listed mobile, PC, Steam, etc. type of system, so I'm assuming consoles. This would be a great fit for Switch. I would also like to see it on PS5, so we'll see what consoles they are able to bring it to in the future. They also announced a skin system that they're going to be doing, which I assume is going to be like your Genshin Impact super expensive new skin for a character that they'll sell as micro or macro transactions, whatever. And I'm not really super interested in that if that's what it's going to be, but it could be cool if there's a way to have different skins you can unlock for characters, different outfits, things like that in the single-player campaign, maybe representative of different stages of their journey during the story, all that type of good stuff. That would be cool, so we'll see if that winds up coming to the single-player mode that I'm the most interested in. Then they go into a bunch of launch benefits that, again, are going to be largely for the gacha mode. You're going to be able to get access to a special hero, extra summons, all that type of stuff. I'll probably dabble with the gacha mode once I've had my fill of the single player, maybe alongside it. But again, my main focus here is going to be the single player mode. But for those of you who are very excited for the gacha mode, well, there you go. Some extra rewards is never a bad thing. They said that the core development and localization for the game is effectively complete, which is why they're comfortable moving ahead with their summer release date. And that's really nice because while the gameplay itself was really solid, I was really interested in the way they had a sort of Fire Emblem weapon triangle system, but expanded out to include a lot more different options, the variety of different cool classes and combat abilities and things like that, environmental effects that you could play with. there definitely, you could feel like there was some stuff that was lacking, stuff that was maybe missing in terms of how the moment-to-moment gameplay was going to play out, so it's good to know that they've got that squared away. And also the localization. That was my biggest critique with the demo that I played. The localization was not great. It definitely was more just like direct translated, grammar errors, that type of thing. But I mean, for an in-development demo, I wasn't particularly bothered by that. I figured they would get that hammered out, and it sounds like they have. So we'll see once the game is fully released, but I have very strong hopes that even if it's not like the world's best story, which I don't expect it to be, that it'll at least be well localized and not jarring to read as maybe the demo version was. And finally, there's going to be a final beta test that you can engage with if you so choose. You can get signed up for it, I believe, through the Discord, which you can find pretty easily. I guess I'll put a link to that in the description for you as well if you're interested in finding that. That if you want to check out what the game entails prior to the full release, if you've already maybe had your fill of the Steam demo, then you can check that out and have fun with it. And that's pretty much everything that we have learned thus far. I am very, very excited for the release of Sword of Convallaria. It's going to be a great summertime release. I feel like it just has that fun, energetic atmosphere that not every tactics game manages to kind of grab onto, especially when you have much more serious, dour stories like your FFTs and your tactics ogres. So I think it'll be a very nice little summertime game. We'll have to see just how much content there is to really dig our teeth into when it comes to the single-player campaign versus how much stuff there is with the whole gacha campaign. But either way, I'm absolutely planning on checking it out. If you haven't already, I do recommend that you check out my full coverage of the Steam Next Fest demo that I did a couple months back. I will link that in the description. I was able to get into a lot more detail about the way gameplay mechanics work, the way the online gacha mechanics versus the single-player campaign works, and how they are very distinctly delineated. Like, there's very, very little of anything to do with gacha in the single-player campaign. So again, if that really puts you off, you can just engage with that side of the game. The one potential issue is the need to use these keys to unlock further sections of the story, and I am concerned that that may wind up getting throttled down the line to try and force you to like buy them or engage with the gacha mechanics to get them. We'll have to see how that actually plays out. Full forewarning about that, that is a thing, but at least in terms of the demo, it was not an actual problem whatsoever, so hopefully that's something that the developers are on top of and don't otherwise sully what seems like it's going to be a very, very solid single-player experience. So you can check out that video, get my full thoughts there. Highly recommend that you keep your eye on this one. I absolutely plan on playing it when it releases, and if there's enough interest, I would be more than happy to do guides, discussion, character breakdowns, all the type of stuff that you probably know me for here on the channel with my coverage of things like Unicorn Overlord, Fire Emblem, and Tactics Ogre. With that said, though, that's about all there is to talk about today. Wanted to get this quick video out here since they posted this update early in the morning via their Discord. Check out Sword of Convallaria. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you've already played the game in the Steam Next demo, or you've played some of the earlier releases of the game elsewhere worldwide. I know I did get some comments about that on the previous video as well. Chime in here. Let me know your thoughts. If you've been playing the betas, all that type of good stuff. I would love to hear more, because I've not played more of the game since I did the Steam Next demo, and I would like to hear what you all have to say about it for those of you who are more experienced with it. With that said, though, my name has been Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there, and remember, be good to each other. Bye now.